Hi, I'm Faith. For those of you that are new to my channel, I'm an aspiring author, the mom of a 1-year-old, and I'm fighting cancer. So it's been about a week since my last chemotherapy treatment. That was chemo number 8, and I have to say these chemos are getting harder. This time, it took me a full week to really get my energy back. Even in the past few days, I've just been so drained and tired and need a lot of naps. So it has been getting harder. And it's not easy being a mom of a 1-year-old and being so exhausted, but I've been getting through it. So I'm happy that I got over the hump and this week is over and I have another week to enjoy before chemo number 9. So today I was thinking about an experience I had with my primary care physician during the diagnostics period of my cancer journey. So I kind of wanted to share this story today because I feel like there might be some other people that have gone through something similar, and I want to assure them that they are not alone and also encourage them to advocate for themselves and that doctors are not always right. What happened is that I noticed that there were lumps on my neck and I made an appointment with my primary care physician. However, he was on vacation, so I had to wait 2 weeks to see him. And I really didn't feel comfortable waiting 2 weeks to see a doctor, so I actually reached out to an ENT and saw an ENT before I saw my primary care physician. And the ENT sent me for blood work and for an ultrasound of my neck, and both came back normal and benign. By the time I saw my primary care physician, I already had the results back from the ENT, but I hadn't yet gone for my follow-up appointment for the ENT. But I figured I want to go see my primary care physician and let him know what's going on and see what he thinks is going on with me. I arrived in the office and I explained to him what was going on with my neck and the results of the ultrasound and the blood work. And he said, well, it says benign, you're fine. And I kind of said, well, I still don't really feel comfortable with those results, and that I was on Google. And as soon as I said the word Google, he literally went off. It was really unprofessional. I understand that doctors are human and that they're probably so sick of hearing patients talk about what they found on Google and acting like they know better than the doctor because of what they read on Google. So I do understand that that's probably very frustrating for him, and maybe he was having a bad day. Like I said, doctors are only humans, but he literally yelled at me. He told me, you are absolutely fine. The only thing that's wrong with you is anxiety, and stop Googling and everything will be better. I don't think I'm absolutely fine because there's lumps coming out of my neck and you didn't even check my neck. He literally did not touch my neck. He just told me I was fine and the only problem I have was anxiety. He didn't even examine me. After a few minutes of getting screamed at and berated, I literally started to cry in his office. I know that's embarrassing, but I did. And at that point he calmed down and I think he felt a little bad about how he had lost control. But again, he assured me that I was absolutely fine and that swollen lymph nodes are nothing to worry about. My oncologist now disagrees with you. I'm over it. I'm not mad at him anymore. And I didn't make this video to bash him or anything like that. I just made this video just to show others out there in a similar situation that doctors are not always right. And you really should trust your gut. And if you feel that there's something wrong, keep pursuing it. Even if doctors make you feel like you're wrong, you just have anxiety, you're stupid, whatever it is that they make you feel like, trust your gut. It is your body. So if a doctor is going to yell at you or dismiss you, find another doctor and keep pursuing answers. Especially when it comes to cancer, the earlier you get a diagnosis, the better your prognosis is. So please do not let a doctor treating you this way or dismissing your concerns deter you from finding out what's wrong. Besides the lumps in my neck, I felt like these random pains throughout my body, and no one could really tell me if those were related to the cancer or not, but sometimes I would wake up with random jabbing pains in the middle of the night, and since I started chemotherapy, those pains have stopped. So again, I was even questioning myself, wondering if my symptoms were in my head or not, if I was just imagining things. I encourage everybody out there to advocate for yourself. Doctors are not always right, and especially I feel like when a young woman comes into their office and is complaining about symptoms, but she seems healthy, they automatically jump to the conclusion that it's nothing other than anxiety. And That's really not fair, it's not right, but it happens all the time. So please, if you do have anxiety, make sure you get that addressed as well. But for him to say to me, there's nothing wrong with you but anxiety, when there were lumps popping out of my neck, was inappropriate in my opinion, and he was wrong. So I am so glad that when I went to follow up with my ENT and I expressed to him my worries and concerns, instead of belittling me, he sent me for a biopsy, and then the biopsy showed that I have cancer. So then from there, I was able to get the treatment that I needed. But if I had just listened to the primary care doctor, who knows how many more months I would have gone without being diagnosed. And that would have just made my disease advance even more, and it could have affected my outcome in the long term. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to watch me kick cancer's butt and raise my son Zach and chase my dream of becoming a published author, make sure to click that subscribe button. Thank you so much. Leave a comment. I'd appreciate it. I love reading all your comments, and I'll see you